My name is Usain Bolt, but I wasn't born a champion. I wasn't born a legend, or the fastest man alive. I was born a boy who loved to run, barefoot, carefree, chasing nothing but the wind and the feeling of joy. This is the story of how that simple love turned into lightning. I grew up in Sherwood Content, a small town in Jamaica. It was a tight community, a place where running wasn't just a sport, it was a part of our rhythm, our way of life. As a kid, I ran everywhere. I ran to school, I ran to the shops. I ran across open fields just to feel the ground beneath my feet. I raced my friends, I raced the wind, I raced my own shadow. It was pure, simple fun. But where others saw a playful kid, my coaches saw something more. They saw raw, untapped potential. The problem was, I wasn't disciplined. Not at all. I was mischievous, easily distracted, and more interested in having a good time than putting in the hard work. The speed came naturally, but the focus? That was a different story. I loved the feeling of winning, but I hated the grind of training. It felt like a chore, something that got in the way of just being a kid. Then came the turning point. It wasn't one single moment, but a slow realization that people were starting to believe in me more than I believed in myself. My coaches, my family, my entire country. They saw a future for me that I couldn't yet see. They taught me about structure, about technique, about responsibility. They showed me that talent might win you a race here and there, but it's discipline that wins championships. It's discipline that builds a legacy. That message started to sink in. I began to understand that this gift I had wasn't just for me. It was for something bigger. As I grew tall. Really tall. Too tall for a sprinter, some people said. They argued that my long limbs would make it hard to get an explosive start out of the blocks. That I was at a natural disadvantage against the more compact, powerful runners. They saw my height as a limitation, but I refused to let it be. I worked with my coach, Glenn Mills, to turn what they saw as a weakness into my greatest advantage. We developed a technique that used my long stride to build incredible momentum, to cover more ground with every step than anyone else. My height didn't stop me. It became my secret weapon. Then came the world stage. Beijing 2008. The lights, the roar of the crowd, the immense pressure. It was unlike anything I had ever experienced. But the moment the starter's gun fired, all of it vanished. The noise, the expectations, the millions watching around the world had all faded into silence. It was just me and the finish line. One straight path. And in those few seconds, everything came together. The carefree joy of running as a boy, the years of brutal training, the belief of my coaches and my country, it all converged in a single, explosive burst of speed. Records fell, barriers were broken. History was rewritten, right there on the track. People saw the celebrations, the big smiles, the iconic to-do world pose. They saw the swagger and the confidence. They called me Lightning Bolt. It looked easy, it looked effortless. But what they didn't see was the other side. They didn't see the chronic pain from my scoliosis, the back issues that plagued me my entire career. They didn't see the hamstring tears, the injuries that threatened to end it all. They didn't see the fear, the self-doubt, the quiet nights when I lay awake wondering if my body could possibly keep up with the dreams in my head. They didn't see the countless hours of grueling physical therapy, the ice baths, the painful massages, the mental battle to push through pain every single day. Champions aren't born in the spotlight of victory. They are forged in the lonely, quiet moments of struggle. They're built during the early morning workouts when no one is watching, in the sacrifices made when everyone else is resting. Champions don't chase comfort. They chase their destiny, no matter how painful the path might be. Every victory was earned through a mountain of unseen effort, from Beijing to Berlin in 2009, to London in 2012, and finally to Rio in 2016. Each Olympics brought its own challenges, its own pressures, its own new generation of rivals hungry to take my crown. The world expected me to win, and anything less was seen as a failure. That weight is heavy, but I always tried to remember that boy from Sherwood Content, the boy who ran for the love of it. I brought that joy, that playfulness onto the biggest stage in the world. I wanted to show everyone that you can be a serious competitor, a relentless winner, and still have fun. You can smile, you can dance, you can engage with the crowd and still be the best. My story isn't just about breaking records, it's about breaking perceptions. It is about showing that you can come from a small town with humble beginnings and conquer the world. It's about proving that your supposed weaknesses can become your strengths. And most importantly, it's about never losing the joy that made you start in the first place. I am Usain Bolt, and this is my truth. Speed was not my gift. Speed was the result of a life built on discipline, humility, and above all, joy. Thank you for watching my story. If it inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more.